Welcome back, and unfortunately the latest ERLC update happened to release a few hours after I went away. But today we're going to be checking out this update and some secrets you may have missed inside. But let's get right into it. So here we are, and first looks, we have a lot to check out, and it's really cool to see Ghostbusting and of course the haunted house return this year, and I do love this graphic. Of course, trick-or-treating has returned as it does every year, and it's fairly simple. All you need to do is go up to the door and ring the doorbell of any house in the map, and you will either get a trick or a treat consisting of 3 different types of candy, which you can then redeem for certain items inside of the shop. And if you actually come over to the park by spawn, you can see a Halloween leaderboard here. And with all this candy, you can actually redeem it in the item shop, which is in the haunted house. You can find this just beyond the farms, and my gosh, this looks awesome. And as we approach, it turns to nighttime, and gosh, it is thundering right now. But if we head on inside, you can come to the item shop. Look at this, takes you into first person, the event shop over here, and we can come over to the witch, and of course you can get the invisible potion, the stamina, health, and super jump potion like we have each and every year, and those are mostly self-explanatory. You can also purchase a Halloween lighten for 10 orange candy, which is really cool. A Halloween plate, which this year's Halloween plate looks absolutely crazy. Probably one of the best Halloween plates we have ever seen inside of the game. And you can actually get a new vehicle, the 1959 Leland Series 67 Sky View. Look at this, 30 yellow candy, and you can purchase this vehicle, which is very cool. And here we are in the haunted house. I must say, it is very cool to see its return to the game. And I guess let's go exploring. So you have a massive grand entrance with some stairs leading up to this very spooky corridor, and in here we have various different rooms, and gosh, this is taking us up here. Oh my, yeah, this is definitely filled with jump scares. Into another room we go. What's in here? Okay, looks like a nice bedroom. Oh my days, that spider came out of nowhere. Okay, so yeah, there is definitely a lot of spooky jump scares in here, I must say. And wow, there is a lot of detail. Gosh, what was that inside of the window? Looks like some bloody footprints here. Help me. Oh dear, that is crazy. So yeah, pretty crazy haunted house, I must say. We have some kind of kitchen over here, living room, very nice, and yeah, lots of detail has gone into the haunted house, which is incredible to see, and it's great to see it finally return into the game. If we head back to spawn, we can check out this new vehicle we have received. It is definitely an older style of vehicle inside of the game, but it is very cool and very unique vehicle indeed. And if we head inside, of course, this has a interior, very old-fashioned interior, and we actually have these weird kind of bench seats inside of the vehicle, and it does go top speed of 124 miles per hour, which I guess for a free vehicle is pretty good, and is kind of an older style vehicle to have inside of the game. And with our lantern here, we are heading over to probably the best part of this update. Ghostbusting has returned, so you can find it just over here in this hut by the tool store. And if we head on inside, we can get the Ghostbusters job, and we get a very cool uniform and even a ghost vacuum in our inventory, and we're looking out for these 2 types of ghosts. If we come over here, we can even get the Ghostbusters vehicle, which is great to see. And it has changed a bit since 2021, of course, to avoid copyright. But we have the interior this time, and I must say, this is very cool indeed. And let's go and find some ghosts inside of the map. So these spawn anywhere, and I do see some over here by the farms, and we have two different variants. So we have one of the variants over here, which is cool. So if we just click, we can hoover up the ghost, and for each ghost you do catch, you get a job point. And there we go, our second type of ghost inside the game. And yeah, that is very cool. It is great to see, of course, the Exomobile return to the game and Ghostbusting in general. I do love it, and it is definitely a lot of fun to go around and hunt for ghosts inside of the game, and I'm very happy to see it return. And a new thing inside of the game this year, which is very cool, which we haven't seen before, is Halloween decorations. So like the wreath at Christmas that you can add to your vehicle, we now have a pumpkin hood ornament, which is very cool, kind of a metallic pumpkin on the hood of your vehicle, or a fairly large spider, which is crazy to see. And I do like these small decorations they add to the vehicles, and I must say they do look very cool. And on the fire department we even have these same decorations, and here we are, the murder mystery quest of 2025. So if you come up to this top hand corner, you can see welcome to the 2025 murder mystery. So here we go, let's start the murder mystery quest. And we can see we have to go speak to the 911 caller. And with this, let's quickly get a vehicle. You can see all the locations on your map that are marked out. Here we go. This is very cool. Looks like we have a scene up here. And here the person is Janet. And you can come up, interact with this person here, and then you can come inside the building. And look at this, we even have Officer Sean here. That is absolutely crazy. Get behind the tape. It is crazy that something we kind of started in the PRC Discord a few months back has been added to the game. That is absolutely crazy. But we can come inside here, past Officer Sean, and it looks like we have a body here, so we can investigate the body. Looks like we have some sort of substance there, a mobile phone, and a note. Okay, we have investigated the body here, and it looks like there is a knife over here. So let's go ahead and investigate that. We don't see any blood on the ground, and oh, here we go. Whoa, where are... Yo, look at this. We have a morgue inside of ERLC. This is very cool. Look at all the detail in here. A brand new area. We've got bodies over here. That is pretty crazy. I can see some pretty cool role plays happening inside of here. Let's go speak to the doctor. And here we go, a coroner report. And I guess this gives us some information on the actual person here. We have been teleported back, and we can investigate several things here. So I guess we can investigate the phone, and I guess we can read through that. This will then lead you up High Rock Park to this house here, and you can interact with the NPC and have a quick conversation. Then you are now able to investigate either the doctor's note or the glass vial. So I guess we'll check the doctor's note here, and we can head to the doctor's office and speak to the nurse. And here we are, our next location over here in the doctor's office, and it looks like we're going to go and speak to the nurse over here, and the nurse will direct you to his office, where in here you can investigate some papers. And we've got a lot of financial records here, and it looks like we're going to be heading to the courthouse. So pulling up to the courthouse now, we've got a court clerk here, so let's go and speak to them. Okay, so let's head through the front office, and we've got a brand new records room. Look at this. This is very cool to see, and I do hope this stays. This would be great. And we've got even more budgeting papers over here, which you can read through. And here we go. We have some updates from the lab. test results, which is pretty cool to see. And it looks like we're going to be going back to their house for another interview here. And here we are, this time over in Springfield, and we can come and talk to this NPC over here. And here we are, some messages from Detective Sirius here. And it looks like we're going to be heading back up to High Rock Park. And just down this path, it looks like they have crashed their vehicle here. And it's pretty cool. It's actually smoking. That is actually insane. And we found this abandoned vehicle, which is very interesting. And you just come over here to his house. As you can see, Samuel Crow's house over here in High Rock Park. And if we come, I think we can investigate. Yes, here we go. Looks like we have a boarding pass here from Liberty County Airport. You never know, one day we may see an airport added to the game. And it looks like this house has been pretty destroyed here. And look, we've got some mail over here, some more documents, and even some cash over here. And we even have another substance of some sorts over here. Who else was he planning to kill? And there we go. We have completed the murder mystery quest. We got 10,000 in-game cash and 750 XP, which is pretty cool. Stay tuned for part 2 to find Dr. Crow. That is pretty cool. We're going to be receiving a part 2 to this murder mystery. And what a Halloween update we have received this year. It is definitely incredible to see many features return to the game, like Ghostbusting and the haunted house behind us. Now, I do think the murder mystery could have been better, but I'm sure part 2 will make up for it, and I'm very excited to find out more about that. So, a very cool update indeed, and I can't wait to see what the next update will bring.